Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with FX Market Insight for Wednesday, the 11th of December. All right, now as we start to approach the US CPI, the Fed meeting releases, the UK election, all right, the markets are pretty much stalled, right? So what we're waiting for is direction. Now, major change sort of coming up is, well, added pressure on Donald Trump as the Democrats unveil charges for his impeachment, right? So that's going to be pretty important as we move forward. Of course, the UK election Thursday is going to be pretty epic and important for sterling. Conservative win should see it up a lot higher. If the Labor Party wins, well, sterling's going to be back around 125 or 120 or something like that. And the rest of the currencies, well, there's not a lot going on across the board, and you can't generate trading opportunities if nothing is actually moving for you. So just having a look at the major pairs here, right? So since the start of the week, Aussie just trading sideways. It's been a little bit of activity on Euro, but we are sort of just slowly like shrinking that range. It's going to get to the point where it's going to break out at some stage. Kiwi looks like it's found a fair value around 65.40. And obviously here's sterling. It's whipping all over the place. I think it was like 6 or 7 month highs, and it's now back under 130, 120. So we're going to see how that plays out. But that's going to be all around the polls and the election on Thursday. And dollar CAD also, after the employment data, shot up to 132.50 and now fair value around 132.33. And dollar yen just cruising around 108.75. So there's not a lot going on. And you can't, as I said, you can't like sort of push it around yourself. All right. So just looking at the overall analysis, there's not a lot to get really excited about. The US dollar, though, if it drops a bit further, we will start to see all these other pairs kick into gear. Sterling and Kiwi still hanging on to a bit of a small uptrend move. And dollar Swiss is where I think the action could be, because it's breaking down the hourlies. We may start to see this run, right? If that runs, you've got to expect Euro to start moving to the top side. So where's that going to happen? Well, it's going to come down to we are coming into, the storm as such. And I've got the market conditions, normal liquidity, the calm before the storm. US CPI numbers, right? Hugely important. We just had this really strong US non-farm payrolls last Friday. If this is strong, well, then you can take out any chance of the Fed cutting anytime soon. Obviously, the Fed meeting sort of statement, everything they're going to do is out 5.5 hours later after the CPI. And then you got the press conference there as well. So that's going to be pretty interesting as we, move into Thursday, where we do have the UK election. All right. So there's not much you can get confused with today, right? It's the CPI and the Fed statement. They're the main focus. Of course, Trump's impeachment proceedings will be catching many traders' eye, and we're sort of waiting to see how that plays out. But if anything, I don't know, the safe haven trade, is that back on? If we just give you a look at the major currencies here, just having a look at that risk on, risk off scenario. Pretty flat markets, right? So don't get yourself all but out of shape. You can't sort of, once again, push that around. Equity markets, US equities, pretty flat, right? Slightly up, slightly down. That's going to keep the Asian equities and European equity markets probably on hold as we move into the big announcements coming up. All right, guys, that's it from me. I mean, as I said, I can't make miracles happen without some of the fundamentals kicking in, and that's what we're hoping for today. All right, guys, have a good trade day. Cheerio.